Hello, everyone. Happy National Poetry Month. If you've been following me on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, I don't really usually give my Facebook out, but my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, they're all under the same name. I am Kalicious. Follow me on all those platforms. Y'all just ran to get my notes. I'm out of breath because I'm sharing a poem every single day. Yeah, it's been something I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'm finally doing it. And then every week I'm talking about a different poetry book. So this one is Love Poems by Nikki Giovanni. She is my favorite poet. This is her in the back, y'all. So before we get started, as you can see, I have a lot that I liked. I used Daisy from The Great Gatsby this time. I honestly don't remember much about The Great Gatsby besides Jay and Daisy, because that was his love interest. But yeah, I've had this book for a while. I've even dog-eared the pages. I know some people don't like that. It depends. Like if the book is like the Rumi book we did last week, those are real nice pages. I don't want to fold them. But this one, it's been definitely loved. I've had this book for, I want to say at least since college, if not before that. And fun fact, Nikki Giovanni spoke at my I don't know if it's a commencement. It's like when you first go to college and they have like a assembly type thing, and people, you go there and they motivate you. She was there. That was her. I have to see if I have any recording of her, but I don't remember because this was like 2010, and I had an actual camera back then. I don't have that camera anymore, so I can't tell you if I still have if I recorded her or not, if we were allowed to, but that's a fun fact. At ODU, yeah, she came to our, opening, whatever it was called. So, yeah, I'm going to read some facts about her now. It's a lot of facts, honestly. So I'm going to see if I can, condense some of this. Okay, so she was born Yolanda Day. There's an E at the end. Cornelia Nikki is a nickname. Giovanni Jr., which is interesting. She was named after her mother. She is an American poet, writer, commentator, activist, and educator. I think I put this in my notes, but she has been teaching, writing, and literature at Virginia Tech since 1987. So yeah, there we go. She's one of the world's most well-known African-American poets. Her work includes poetry anthologies, poetry recordings, and nonfiction essays, and covers topics ranging from race and social issues to children's literature. She's won numerous awards, including the Langston Hughes Medal and the NAACP Image Award. Say NAACP 4 times in a row. Okay, she has been nominated for a Grammy for her poetry album, the Nikki Giovanni Poetry Collection, which, I don't think I include this in my notes. She just released a poetry album this year, so I definitely check that out. I don't think I've ever listened to a poetry album, so that'd be a good experience for me. Additionally, she's been named as one of Oprah's top 25 living legends. Now, I'm not going to go into my feelings about Oprah, but Oprah's influence is very big. I will say that. So that's good. It says Giovanni gained initial fame in the late 60s as one of the foremost authors of the Black artist movement, influenced by the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power movement of the period. Her early work provides a strong militant African American perspective, leading one writer to dub her the poet of Black Revolution, which, in the book we're going to talk about today, I definitely see that. In the 70s, she started writing children's literature. And she founded a publishing company called Nick Tom LDT to provide an outlet for other African American women writers. I gotta look that up. Over sequential decades, her works discuss social issues, human relationships, and hip hop. Poems such as Knoxville, Tennessee, and Nikki Rosa have been frequently republished in anthologies and other collections. Those are like her top works. Her parents were Yolanda Day Cornelia Sr., of course, Jones Gus Giovanni. She was born in Knoxville, Tennessee. After her birth, they moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, where her parents worked at a school, Glenview School. In 1948, the family moved to Wyoming, Ohio, and sometimes in those first 3 years, Giovanni's sister, Gary, began calling her Nikki. So that's how she got that name. They have very unique names in this family. But, I mean, hey, you know, some people have unique names. Apparently they moved back to Knoxville, Tennessee in 1958. She lived with her grandparents, attended Austin High School. There's a lot going on. There's so much notes on her. And then after the birth of her son, I'm going to go into a little bit of her personal life. Giovanni was accused of setting a bad example because there were not many single moms at the time, which is kind of interesting. So he was born in 1969. Her only son, her only child, Thomas Watson Giovanni. Giovanni noted that the birth of her son helped her realize that children have different interests and require different content than adults. This realization led to her writing 6 children's books. That's really cute. One of the facts that I thought was super interesting is that she has a bat named after her. Okay? It's called Giovanni's big-eared bat, also known as Microneseterius giovanni. It was named in her honor in 2007, so that's interesting. The bat is found in western Ecuador, and naming was given in recognition of her poetry and writings. Very interesting. I told you in 1987 she started teaching at Virginia Tech. She's won numerous awards. I already talked about the NAACP award. Received 20 honorary doctorates. 20. Wow. Various other awards, including the Rosa Parks and the Langston Hughes Award for distinguished contributions to arts and letters. She also holds the key to several different cities, including Dallas, Miami, New York City, and Los Angeles. She's a member of the Order of the Eastern Star. She's received a lifetime membership and scroll from the National Council of Negro Women and is an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. So those are just very basic, and that was a lot of notes. There's so much about her, and I just love her writing style and like just how honest she is. So we're gonna go into this book that I liked a lot, as you can see, and it's a small book. This book is 96 pages, so it's not a big read. So if you just want to casually read it, I feel like it's a casual read. Now, I have already read this book, but it's been a while, and I reread it. Some of these poems were a lot longer than I remember them being. But it's sectioned off into 3 sections, and it's dedicated to Tupac, which he has a poem dedicated to him in the book. So I'll read the dedication. Why not? For Tupac Shakur, 1971 to 1996. A lover whose love was often deliberately misunderstood, but who will live in the sun and the rains, and whose name will echo through all the winds, whose spirit will flower, and who, like Emmett Till and Malcolm X, will be remembered by his people for the great man he could have been, and most especially for the beautiful boy that he was. How eloquent is that? Just that first. You haven't got into the poem. You haven't got to the book, and the dedication already sounded real great. Okay. So it's separated into 3 sections. One is called "I Hope It's Love," and then the other one is called number 2 is called "And Yeah, These Are Love Poems," and the third one is called "I Take MasterCard, Charge Your Love to Me." So I'm gonna read. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I already have a poem that I wrote based off of one of the poems in the book, but I didn't want to cheat. I want to say I have 2, but I have to find the other one. But I didn't want to cheat, and I've already read it on TikTok, So if you want to hear that one, it's called Honeysop. That's my poem. It's based off of My House, which is my favorite. Nikki Giovanni, my favorite, I can't talk today, my favorite Nikki Giovanni poem ever. I just love it. As a matter of fact, we're going to go to it right now. And I've read it on TikTok too, but I just love this poem, y'all. Okay, it's called My House. Here we go. My house, only my house. Only want to be there to kiss you as you want to be kissed when you need to be kissed. Where I want to kiss you, because it's my house. And I plan to live in it. I really need to hug you when I want to hug you as you like to hug me. Does this sound like a silly poem? I mean, it's my house, and I want to fry pork chops and bake sweet potatoes and call them yams because I run the kitchen and I can stand the heat. I spent all winter in carpet shops gathering patches so I can make a quilt. Does this really sound like a silly poem? I mean, I want to keep you warm. And my windows might be dirty, but it's my house. And if I can't see out, they can't see in either. English isn't a good language to express emotion through. Mostly, I imagine, because people try to speak English instead of trying to speak through it. Wow. I don't know. Maybe it is a silly poem. I'm saying it's my house, and I'll make fudge and call it love, touch my lips to the chocolate warmth, and smile at old men and call that revolution, because it's real, it's really real. I still like men in tight pants, because everybody has something to give, and more important, you need something to take. And this is my poem, and you make me happy. And this is my house, so you make me happy, so this is your poem. That's so cute. I want to say something. It's really funny. She has a thing for men in tight pants. It's said in several different poems. So I want to say the first section, which I forgot what it's called already. I hope it's love. I feel like they're very light. And let me just make sure. Yeah, she talks about the black men that she likes. I feel like it's very light. Comparatively, there are some longer ones, some dedicated to her grandmother, who talk about their lives and stuff. So I would say, it's pretty light in this first one. And I'm gonna read. I kind of want to read it like once I read my poems, so I'm gonna hold off on that. And then the second section is, and yeah, these are love poems. I feel like there's a lot more, what am I trying to say? There are a lot more like revolutionary style poems about, black people and how we are and how we were and, what she wants to get back to. Is this also the section with the Tupac poem? I want to say it is. Yeah, the last poem is the Tupac poem in this section, and it is really, really powerful. She is very passionate about him and his legacy, and I think a lot of people would feel the same way. Over the years, Tupac has really been still relevant. You know what I mean? I would say Tupac, Biggie. I know some young people are very embarrassing. So, the Tupac poem is a little long. But I'm going to read another poem. Let's see which one I want to read. I'm trying to see, because I didn't realize some of these really long as they were. I'll read the one for Langston Hughes. It's called A Poem for Langston Hughes. Diamonds are mined, oil is discovered, gold is found, but thoughts are uncovered. Wool is sheared, silk is spun, weaving is hard, but words are fun. Highways span, bridges connect, countries ramble, but I suspect if I took a rainbow ride, I could be there by your side. Metaphor has its point of view, illusion and illusion too. Meter, verse, classic, free. Poems are what you do to me. Let's look at this one more time since I put this rap to rhyme. When I take my rainbow ride, he'll be right there by my side. Hey bop, hey bop, hey bop. So I feel like that one was really nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna read that one I actually wrote to. So the third section is called, I think the third section is like kind of mixed. I take MasterCard, I charge it to your love. Charge your love to me is the third section. I feel like it's like very nostalgic in this one because you're talking about her past. You're talking about, different years in her life, the reasons she's happy, which I thought was really cute. I'm going to read that one. A happy reason. So it's called A Happy Reason. A good book, not necessarily a mystery. Some popcorn with lots of real butter, an overstuffed chair, a fire in the wood stove, quilts on the couch, thermal blankets on the bed, a feather duster waiting to be used, a Merlot waiting to be explored. As he said, the coffee pot with the timer, the 49ers winning if we get lucky, comic pages in color, intelligent editors, snow or rain or any inclement weather, or heavy doses of sun, a reason to move or not move, a reason to go or not go, no reason to be anything except happy with you. This book is just so cute. And it has like really good messages throughout the whole book, which I'm wondering if these are just collections from other books. I don't think it is. So I think it's a mixture. So it's a mixture of new and old. So I feel like that's really cute. Okay, so we're going to get into what I wrote. Now, I'm pretty sure I've written a poem to this poem. My book is upside down, is it? No, it's not upside down. But I don't know where it is, so I made a new poem. I'm going to read it to you because I just love this poem so much. I would say this is my second favorite Nikki Giovanni poem. If I can find it again. Little book difficulties. Here we go. It's called I Wrote a Good Omelet. I wrote a good omelet and ate a hot poem after loving you. Buttoned my car and drove my coat home in the rain after loving you. I goed on red and stopped on green, floating somewhere in between, being here and being there after loving you. I rode my bed, turned down my hair, slightly confused, but I don't care. Laid out my teeth and gargled my gown. Then I stood and laid me down to sleep after loving you. Isn't that just so? I just love this book, y'all. I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. 10 out of 10, 100% recommend. Anything Nikki Giovanni, go get it. Don't wait for me to recommend it. Go get it right now. Okay, so I wrote a poem based on it. It's called I Wrote a Good Sunday. I wrote a good Sunday and ate a cold poem after loving you. Zipped up my door and locked my dress after loving you. I walked on the no crossing signal, stood still on the walking signal, floating here and sinking there after loving you. So I kind of changed that refrain a little bit. I rolled up my shoes, tied up my sleeves, super confused, but I don't care. Brushed my body, showered my hair. When I wrote this part, I was like, isn't a shower for your hair technically you washing your hair? I don't know, I kept the line in there, so. Then I stood and laid me down to sleep after loving you. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Alright, so I did this next one. I gotta find it. It's inspired by this poem called For Tommy. in the second section, if I can find it. No, it's right here. Okay, this is for her son. For Tommy. To Tommy, who eats chocolate cookies and lamb chops, climbs stairs and cries when I change his diaper, lets me hold him only on his schedule, defined my nature, and gave me a new name, Mommy. That's Mommy in parentheses. Which supersedes all others, controls my life, makes me glad that he does. Y'all, I'm gonna cry. Okay, let me calm down. So I did one. Right now, my favorite boy name is Khalil. Even though I have no children, I promise I don't have any secret kids. I would have told y'all. But here we go. So I wrote for Khalil. To Khalil, who doesn't exist just yet, but I know a rule with an iron fist, who will make everyone play dinosaur. And no, we cannot pick the dinosaur we want to be. Who will be so cute, how can you say no to him? It will be very hard, but boundaries are best. Who I will be in love with his daddy and be a great example for him. You may not exist yet, but I'm working on being the best me for you. So yeah, that's one thing I really want to do, like before I have a kid. Definitely go back to therapy and work through all of my stuff so that I don't just keep passing the generational trauma from me to him and then he passes it, or if I have a girl, whatever I have, just keep passing it. We're going to stop certain generational traumas. We don't need to keep rebranding them every single generation. So, okay. So the last poem, I just had to do 3 for this one. Oh, I just passed it. I didn't put a little sticker next to it. I guess I did not. Oh, I did. I put a little Jordan there. There's 2. Okay, so this poem is called August. Apples fall, peaches harvest. One kind of pear is pickled. Blackberries turn your fingers blue. Some cucumbers get pickled. Biscuits bake or they are fried. Grits are cooked real slow. Green tomatoes and bacon fat. Then it's time to go. From grandmother's country home back up to the city, I'd rather stay in the barefoot South where everything's pretty. She has a lot of poems about food in this book, y'all, and about like her memories with like certain people, how they cooked, and it basically her food is like love to her, basically. I found that really sweet. So I did one called October, since that is my birthday month anyway. I love October. Okay. Pumpkins get picked. Apples are candied. Funnel cakes are in season. Certain cotton candy makes your mouth blue. Some apples get fried. Pumpkin flavored everything is made. Costumes get the final touches. Squash soup warms your soul. Then it's time for winter. From fun fall nights to never wanting to go out, I'd rather eat deep fried carnival food than be snowed in. So yeah, I just love fall, y'all. I guess the food is like the centerpiece right here, but the atmosphere, the leaves changing, it's just so great. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this book. I would enjoy this book, me reading the poems. I hope you enjoyed my own poems. And I recommend, like I said, anything Nikki Giovanni, grab it, buy it, read it 14 times in a row. But yeah, I 100% recommend this book. It's very sweet. It's also very revolutionary. She talks about, black people and how far we come, how different we are at this time period anyway. It's just everything in between. Poems dedicated to other musicians, Tupac, Langston Hughes, her own family members, her friends. It's everything's in here. You will find something you like. So I 100% recommend it. Alright, I hope y'all are having a good National Poetry Month. If you if you are sharing your own poetry, that'd be nice to hear. Follow me on all the things besides Facebook. I am Calicious, and I will see y'all next week.